All right, we have some breaking news for you. It has to do with Hillary Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. Now, the Associated Press reports that the State Department now will provide the news organization with all of Hillary Clinton's schedules during her time as Secretary of State. It's going to happen in October, before the election in November. The Clinton campaign had slammed the Associated Press's reporting and analyzed a subset of Clinton's meetings with people not in government here or overseas, and concluded that a number of them were people who had donated to the Clinton Foundation. We're going to have more on that in a moment. The White House now denying a report by a former UN weapons inspector that the U.S. secretly negotiated so Iran could evade certain restrictions set in last year's landmark nuclear deal. Now, a White House official telling Fox News that Iran does not have any nuclear material prohibited under the terms of the deal. Iran has never been over its limit for low enriched uranium, but the White House also still denying that the U.S. paid any ransom to Iran in exchange for U.S. hostages. Remember that $400 million payment. So does all this show that Iran could still be a significant nuclear threat? Joining me now, Steve Rogers. He's Trump campaign advisor. He's also former military intelligence officer. We've got Kathy Taylor, former National Security Council Director of International Finance Policy. Also, Christian Whiten, former senior advisor to the State Department. Let's take it to you first, Steve. What do you make of this information about coming to light about the Iran deal?
Liz, the White House has opted to use the power of money instead of the power of their brains in dealing with a terrorist state responsible for the deaths of thousands of American troops in the Mideast. Look, David Albright, well-respected UN inspector. He is a class act guy. He's the one who partially authored this report. I believe him more than I would believe the Obama administration. And let me add this final thought. Iran never had any intentions of winding down their nuclear program. They are going to ramp it up. What they're doing to us, they're bullying us in the Persian Gulf. They're going after our Navy. They're just simply showing us that we are weak.
Kathy, what do you think?
I couldn't agree more. Diplomacy underpins strength, and our strength as a country comes from our diplomatic relations, our ability to work with nations around the world. We've just thrown that into the pond, as the English say. We've just thrown it out by saying, hey, we'll pay for hostages, we'll let you violate agreements, we'll hand you over money.
Christian, with the report that came out from the former weapons inspector, Christian, basically highlights again that this deal was done, overseen by a joint commission. It wasn't even, really overseen by Congress. Bob Menendez said he had no idea about these secret side deals. And it has to do with plutonium, uranium, heavy water reactors over there in Iran. I mean, what do you make of this?
It reminds me a lot, frankly, of the terrible deal the Bush administration made with North Korea, where we made a terrible deal and then we made a bunch of exceptions, and lo and behold, North Korea became an even stronger nuclear state. What we're talking about here is giving the Iranians a pass on low-enriched uranium. It's very easy to go from low-enriched uranium to high-enriched uranium, and under this terrible deal, the Iranians have the centrifuges to do that. Once you have enough HAU, you basically have a bomb. The bomb we dropped on Hiroshima was a uranium bomb. We didn't even bother testing it because the design is so solid. The one we tested before was a plutonium bomb. So basically you have a flawed agreement that's getting much worse, and Iran getting closer to a nuclear weapons. And by the way, the deal that was sent to Congress was not this deal, because Congress never knew about the side deal. So this was hidden from Congress.
Yeah, as Bob Menendez says. All right, now we're going to, let's get back to that breaking news out of the Associated Press that the State Department, Christian, is going to basically disclose all of the detailed planning schedules from Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State by mid-October. This is a real reversal. Government lawyers were saying they're not going to do this. This is a minute-by-minute daily routine of Hillary Clinton. And who knows if it's going to show that there were meetings between Hillary Clinton and Clinton Foundation donors. Again, the Hillary Clinton campaign is saying this is a drop in the bucket. She met with thousands, 17,000, whatever the number is, of individuals around the world, that the Associated Press is making too much of this. What do you think?
Well, every single revelation from Hillary, and it's always Stonewall, Stonewall, and then you finally get the information, and it always reveals something untoward. The most recent release, of course, showed that more than half of Hillary's meetings with non-government officials were pay-to-play meetings that were arranged essentially by the Clinton Foundation. Clinton Foundation donors are donors to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it's very likely we're going to see more of that. And the fact that it's coming out this way, this slowly, it's just this stonewalling.
That was a circumscribed sample, though. Steve, final word.
Here comes the smoking gun. The shoe is going to drop in October. Those appointments, that schedule is going to reveal who she was with, who she spoke with, and who was influenced to get involved in any type of activity they wanted with the State Department.
Sorry, Kathy, good or bad? Bad. Good or bad?
It's bad for her.
Coming up, sorry for that. We had a hard break. I wish I had more time with you guys.
It's actually as simple as that.